Hello and welcome. Today, what I want to talk to you about is something that we all deal with, and that is dealing with temptation whenever we are living the keto lifestyle. Okay? It happens to us all. And so today, I'm going to give you some helpful hints on how you can resist temptation. Hi, I'm Tiffany, and I'm here to guide you on your journey to the keto way of life. Let's get started. So, one of the first tips that I'm going to give you is, it sounds maybe a little trivial, but I promise you it's not, okay? One of the great things about the ketogenic diet is that we have delicious food to eat on it, right? That's why I've been so successful on it. That's why so many people are so successful on it. And so what I want to encourage you to do is, instead of focusing on the things that you can't eat, instead shift your focus to the things that you can eat that are delicious and yummy to you. Okay? Because with the keto diet, there's so much out there that is yummy, and that's why most of us are so successful on it. So shift your focus, okay? From the foods you can't eat, don't focus on those. Focus on the yummy foods that you really do like, that you can eat, that are keto friendly. Whenever you're out at a restaurant, instead of going to the section where all the pasta is and all the bread type stuff is, don't focus on that. Skip past that. Go to the sections that have the foods that you like and that are really delicious to you, but that are really, keto friendly. Okay? Focus on that section. Don't focus on the section with all the stuff that you can't have. Focus on the stuff that you can have. That will really go a long way to helping you avoid temptation. So the next tip that I want to share with you in order to avoid temptation while you're on the ketogenic diet, it really has some sound psychological principles behind it. And if any of you have been following me for very long, you know my background is in psychology, so I really dig all of the psychological aspects of everything. And this tip, while sounding very simple, really does have some deep psychological principles behind it. Now, I'm not going to go into all of that psychology because this isn't the place for it. And it really doesn't matter, because what I'm telling you, if you will just do it, it works, okay? So what I want you to do is, I want you to think of, any type of contingency where you might be tempted that you can think of. And I want you to have a very specific plan for what you're going to do when faced with it. Yes, I know this sounds just like, oh, you're just telling me to plan, but really, this works. Let me give you some examples, okay? So for me, let me give you one of my own personal examples, okay? So I have kids, and believe me, they don't always, eat the way that I eat. And especially, one of my sons really loves to make, well, actually both of them, love to make chocolate chip cookies. Well, what smells better and looks better than freshly baked chocolate chip cookies, right? So I have to have a plan in place to deal with that. Trust me. And so my plan is, and listen to the wording carefully, when or if my son makes chocolate chip cookies, then I am going to eat my cheese crisp and cream cheese keto dip. Okay? Now, for me, that might not work for everyone, but for me, my cheese crisp and my cream cheese keto dip that I make, it's heavenly. I love it. That's like my favorite snack. Okay, so that would work for me. It might not work for you. You have to figure out what works for you. So another example that might pertain to you, or that you might be able to extrapolate from, is when or if my coworker starts eating a donut, then I am going to leave my desk, take my water bottle, and go for a short walk. Or if that doesn't work for you, you could change it to, then I'm going to go and grab a cup of coffee. Whatever it is that fits your situation or you think would work for you. So, the final tip that I want to share with you today, in order to help you to avoid falling into temptation whenever on the keto lifestyle, and that is to, whenever you are faced with a temptation, I want you to stop and think about how you will feel a week from now or even a month from now if you let yourself slide in this moment. Because trust me, if you let yourself slide in this moment, you're going to let yourself slide in another moment and another moment. And then a month will have gone by and you will look the same or worse than you do right now. And I want you to really, when that temptation is in front of you, that piece of cake, that hot buttered bread, that yummy chocolate chip cookie, I want you to think not just about how you'll look, I want you to think about how you'll feel. If a month has gone by and you have not made any progress, you are still where you are right now today, I want you to dig into that feeling and I want you to feel it. Okay? And those feelings may be different from everybody, but generally they're not going to be very good feelings. They're going to be really yucky feelings. And, if you will do that, whenever you're faced with that temptation, I guarantee you that the great majority of the time you're going to be able to beat that temptation. If you dig into that feeling, not just thinking about how you'll look is one thing. That's great. Think about how you'll look. But think about that feeling, about looking at yourself whenever you look the very same and you haven't made one bit of progress. Trust me, it's not going to be a good feeling, and it's going to be a very good motivator to avoid that temptation. So, as always, I hope this has been of help to you. I hope you'll leave some comments below for me. And as always, I hope that you will like and subscribe so that you can be notified whenever I drop any new videos. As always, stay strong and keto on.